Welcome, 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 dear friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and are ready to have an auspicious week ahead. Here we are with our usual Monday check-in, and this is our Mindful Motivation for Mindset Mastery session. So I use a few different decks of cards to just help us set the tone and really get in touch with who we are at the core. But before I start looking at the cards, I like to just feel into the energy. And I really encourage you to do this type of practice. However it feels right for you is to just contemplate. Good morning, Randy. Lovely to see you here. So like I said, I'm encouraging you to find your best rhythm and right way of just checking in. How are you? How are you feeling? What's going on around you? Doing your PEMS check-in. That's the PEMS check-in. So that's 4 pillars of you. Checking in with your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, your mental well-being, and your spiritual well-being. Now, all this being said, before we get into pulling cards, I like to just feel into what's happening with the phases of the moon. And this week we are being influenced by the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Aries, which actually started yesterday. So this is kind of setting the tone for us for this week. And why this is such an important piece. Last quarter phases of the moon are a lot about letting go, which you know I love to do the riffing on letting go. What do you need to let go of? But if you think about the influence of Aries is to do things, to charge forward, to align with your authenticity. And that's the key piece, your authenticity. So this can actually be an invitation to start going inward, because next week we'll be dealing with the new moon. But the whole part of this with the moon in the sign of Aries and the sun is actually in Cancer, the sign of Cancer. And so that's about really tapping into your own feelings. Feelings are your GPS. So you know how sometimes we do the should. I should be like this. I should talk like this. I should say yes to this. I shouldn't do this. Is it your truth? Are you following the guidance of what really truly is you? Are you showing and sharing your quirkiness, your truth, the way of you, and bringing that into the world? You know, all too often, particularly in the Western world, we are kind of conditioned to be a certain way, to have a certain amount of money in the bank, to act in a certain way. And sometimes it becomes kind of sneaky in that we buy into that, and then you go, oh wait, I haven't actually sat down and thought, is this right for me? Does this feel good? So moving forward, I encourage you to use one of my favorite questions to really get into that part is, how does this make me feel about me? How does thinking like this make me feel about me? How did talking like this make me feel about me? And just check in. Does it make you feel aligned, authentic? And are you actually allowing a harmony in your way of doing things? You see, we are all heading into, and we've been in this vibe for such a long time. It's about giving yourself permission to just be you, unapologetically you. Who are you? And if you believe a certain way, it's not about converting everybody else to think like you, but it's about being okay with just saying, this is who I am. I don't have to explain, justify, or anything of that nature. So see if you can actually just do a wee check-in with yourself this week, in whatever way works best for you. Okay, so that's kind of the moon vibe. I just picked up my letting go cards because that's what I just said. Last quarter phase of the moon. What are we going to let go? And so this is kind of like, what kind of things can you let go that's not part of you, or that's not part of who you're becoming, or what you wish to create, to experience, to share? And it's okay. It's not about, oh, I have to give this up and I'm wrong or I'm bad or anything of that nature. This is about gentleness and about meeting you where you're at. So let's see, how can we best start that or inspire that to look within? What can we focus on letting go of this week? And what's coming up is anger or resentment. That's actually a really cool one about letting go, particularly if you are in a environment or a situation where there's expectations on you, or maybe you've allowed people to have expectations of you doing things in a certain way or you showing up in a certain way. Of course, if you then start to make changes into saying, no, I'm not available for that, then we can either have some kind of anger or resentment come up within us, or we can experience anger and resentment on the people who feel like you're letting them down, if that makes sense. Now, the key piece is that these are just emotions. Can you use anger? In fact, it's funny because anger, if you think about it, is a fiery type of emotion. Maybe that's going to come up with that Aries energy too, right? So can you use that, get some fire in your belly to make a change, to let go of something, to say, okay, that was then, that worked for that, but now I'm going to let it go. Anger is just an emotion to allow yourself to feel it and let it go. It's not to then get stuck in your head and ruminate about it or tell stories. I think that's a really big key, is that whenever we have emotional guidance bubble up for us, honor it, respect it. Don't necessarily get stuck in the, oh, I'm feeling this because, or because that happened. And all too often we can get too involved in storytelling in our own mind, whereas the emotion just wanted to come up and have you respect it and say, okay, that's my guidance to say, yes, I'm going that way, or no, that's not right for me, right? So see if you can feel into that. If anger or resentment comes up, honor it, welcome it in, and then release it. Just an emotion. So now I'm pulling a tarot card to see what tarot card is going to help us with all of these energies and shifts and changes. I like to pull one tarot card and then we'll do 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards. And this is perfect. It's the Magician. So I love that because the Magician is a reminder that, you know, the answers you're looking for are looking for you. But oftentimes the solutions, the answers, the best way, it's all internal. The Magician is reminding us that we are the creators of our own universe, and we have the right and the responsibility actually to get in touch with that. Get in touch with that wisdom and bring it out or share it or be it or walk your path with it, with the awareness that you have all the gifts, the wisdom, the qualities that you need to walk forward, to be and show up in the best version of you. I trust this makes sense. As I've said before in these sessions, if I say anything in these sessions that trigger you or that make you ask questions or you need some more support or guidance, put it in the comments below or message me directly, because these sessions are intended to support you, to gently nurture you and guide you, not discombobulate you or feel kind of backed into a corner or not knowing what to do. So let's see what 3 cards come up for us with the Healing with the Angels cards. This is perfect. This is always I love using these because it's such an important part to tap into that. The first one is children. So this is about, whenever I see that card, I always feel like that's helping you or inspiring you or us to get in touch with that inner child, that inner whisper, that wisdom that's within you, treating yourself with the kindness that you would treat a child. Is so important to have that sacred relationship within as well as externally. Support that's another one of my favorite cards too in this deck. Support is to tap you on the shoulder and remind you that even when you feel discombobulated or you need some support or answers, it's there. The answers you're looking for are looking for you. So sometimes we need to just come into our heart space and say, I'm open to letting it come in. And having a sense of play. Remember, this game we're playing, it's called life. We are supposed to be having fun. Are you having fun? And do you allow yourself to visit, to experience those things that give you joy, that make you happy every single day? It's a really important part to remind yourself you're creating everything that you're experiencing. So if things are happening that you don't like, what can you do to shift that? To play like a child. What kind of things did you used to do, but now you, oh no, that's for children. That's child's play. Can you pick some of that up? Okay, this is a good lots of really good energy in this. I trust this lands well for you. Like I said, if you need any further support or resources, please let me know. Reach out to somebody that can support that. But this is all about liberating our inner truth, which is actually the last deck of cards that I'm going to use. This is my deck, the Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. And this is perfect. They always are. It's I am guided. So I am guided says, I make time to suspend logic and trust in my feelings. Isn't that funny? It's almost like this deck of cards has a wee sense of humor itself. So trust in your feelings. This helps me access the answers that dwell within my heart rather than my mind. Feelings are a part of the guidance to fulfill my greatest potential. That just makes my heart sing. It kind of gave me a wee bit of goosebumps there too, because I was just saying that. To feel your feelings, honor your feelings, and not get caught up in the stories that the mind will start to tell you, because that's not going to allow you to navigate and make the best choices that fill you up, that make you have your heart singing. I trust this makes sense. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing up. Much love to you. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. I'll be back again with you next week.